So this is going to be a grand tour of the Kerbal Space Program universe. Whatever happens, just happens, man. No reloads. Zigar! Survive. Oh, this is one of those mistakes. EVA, no! EVA! Oh. So we have to live with whatever happened just now. And we have to do better next time. Hi everybody, here's Christian from Teamwork Cast, and this is the Kerbal Space Program Grand Tour, the Ironman Grand Tour. And we are off to a bad start. We already lost one Kerbal. We only have 3 Kerbals left. And at this point, none of them may die. This is really serious now, guys. This is really important. Putty is here. There's probably a poster of him on the wall. Everybody remembers him. This went really bad. So next time around, we have also some new additions to the team, which is going to be, well, Bill is a weird name, so we're going to rename this guy to Shadow. So this will be Shadow Kerman. And he's an engineer. Kind of like Mark Watney. Oh yeah, I accidentally clicked on a thing. Alright, so the goal of this episode, the sole goal of this episode is going to be leave orbit. We just want to leave orbit, guys. Oh yeah, there's also Valentina here. Who wants to be Valentina? Because we have to also rename Valentina, although Valentina is pretty badass. So yeah, something I forgot to do previously, which is kind of, it's not good that Pati died, but it could have been worse. I forgot to accept the Escape the Atmosphere contract, which I did now, in the meantime. So now we actually get rewarded for escaping the atmosphere. I'm gonna see if there's something science-wise that can help us with the task at hand. Yes, of course, we have to research this huge booster because we're gonna ride this rocket all the way up to space. And we're gonna get, yes, we're gonna get the extra parachutes, which is also great because the rocket then may be discarded for important valuable stuff. And we don't have any credits, I wanted to say. But it's not Retrunner. We don't have any science left anymore to do some important stuff. So science 2 was a mistake. Science 3 is going to be the ticket. We're gonna ditch this guy. We're gonna put instead this massive booster. And we are going to. So I'm already thinking shields probably won't be necessary, but I'm thinking of bringing a Science Junior with me. And I'm pretty sure this is something that the parachute can deal with. The only problem is that this thumper will accelerate us to very high altitudes, and we might not be able to break down quickly enough. We only have the basic fins here as aerodynamics, but maybe these will help. Whatever, we're gonna put them on the bottom. This will keep the boosters like this. All right, this is sweet. These will completely help. I mean, obviously look at the surface area of those guys. Yeah, obviously we don't want to land with the entire thing, so we're gonna add a decoupler here. So, while we're in space, we're gonna collect some science. And we're actually gonna dial back with the thrust. I think we're cool with just 70. We're gonna dial back with a solid fuel. Let's just stay here for now. If this is not going to be enough, we can still go back. And then finally, because we have those new I'm gonna try the recovery mod. We have those new parachutes. I'm gonna actually put the parachute on the booster, so maybe the booster gets returned to Earth. Who knows? It's not very expensive for booster, but I'm just gonna try if this mod works. I don't want to put like a one-sided booster there as well, parachute, because that might unsettle the precarious situation we are here in. All right, guys. So Shadow wants to volunteer, but who wants to be Valentina? Let's just call the Pain Kerman. Pain indeed, Kerman. All right, there we go. I'm feeling queasy about this guy, especially after what happened to Putty. But what can we do, right? What can we do? Okay, Pain indeed. I hope you can pull this off. This is going to be tricky. I don't even know why I'm accelerating. This solid throttle booster is not throttleable. All right, we got this. All right, Pain indeed is looking nice. He's looking good. We have a soft start. That's because we throttled back the thrust of this huge booster, because we don't have too much payload. We're halfway with through our fuel already. Doing a bit of a pitch over maneuver, but I guess that's okay. Accelerating more. Ooh, twice the speed of sound. I think we're not gonna reach space. Oh, just barely, just barely. Okay, you guys remember what happened the last time? This time we're gonna do everything by the book. Crew report and everything, all right. We're gonna do even a material study, goo observation, that's sweet. By the book means we're gonna separate now. Goodbye, booster, I hope you get recovered. Right, we're still moving upward, but we're gonna reach a height of 60 kilometers, which is fine, which is almost space. Space is at 70 kilometers. And now we're gonna prepare for the re-entry. Now I'm gonna set myself, because this is the problem now, right? Everything is so goddamn difficult in this new version. So I'm gonna put myself sideways, because sideways I'm braking the most. And because I have to get down from the velocity I'm having down to at least, 250. So it will actually break me, All right. Gonna remove this. Okay, so already the aerodynamic forces put me back in a downwards position again, but I'm resisting them. I'm resisting those forces. So I brake earlier, quicker. Come on, man. Come on, man. Unsafe. All right, this looks good. This looks good. I think Pain will survive this. Safe. All right, got this. This looks good, guys. I have a good feeling about this. I think we're gonna survive this. What's the dot there over there? There's a white dot. UFOs, I would say. Alright, parachute opening, and we're gonna flip around. Yes. Let's observe the mystery goo. Why not? Keep the data. Alright, so what have we learned from this? We learned that the recovery system absolutely didn't work. Nice. Which is bad. And we also learned that we landed successfully. So at least we haven't lost our only remaining pilot. So we can try this again. Putty says what we learned is that Christian hates Putty. I'm sorry, Putty still doesn't appreciate the fact that he He died horribly. So I'm gonna put in a little bit more oomph inside. And hopefully, maybe like this. And hopefully that will give us the kind of boost that we need to reach space. I wanted to reach space just so. I don't want to overshoot too much, because that would just mean more velocity and me just having more bad feelings and stuff. Pain indeed is going to be the pilot for this one. Alright, so guys, this is our 4th launch attempt. Second one, no, the third one, third attempt to reach space. Alright, everything looks fine. Staging looks correct. I probably should have removed the parachutes, because at this point I'm just burning money with those. I'm not going to try it one more time. Maybe recovery works now, for some reason. Go. Sluggish start here, because the booster hasn't throttled back. The booster is not entirely full of fuel. It already started a bit empty, so it's a bit so it burns shorter, so we don't go completely into outer space. Pain indeed looks so happy. So happy. Alright. Mach 2.3, reaching halfway into space now. Now going really fast. Oh, still not quite there yet, but we achieved a record. I'm gonna actually separate now. And again, I'm gonna put myself sideways. So I'm a bit concerned, because again, we're burning fuel, we're burning valuable resources for those experiments. But on the other hand, we will lose so much more resources when we lose those kerbals. And of course... Oh, wait, I'm actually in space. I actually made it to space. How did that happen? Anyways, we succeeded. Yes! Observe all of the things. We are in space, guys. Awesome. Because we hear the space music. The space music indicates that we are in space. So isn't this a beautiful, beautiful little spacecraft that we got? I really like that you can look into this bay, and there's always some really great references. There's like HAL. We got HAL on board, and there's something biohazardy. Dangerous science stuff, written in Comic Sans. Alright. So, Pain seems very, very happy in space. Sadly, we cannot do an EVA because we don't have the correct upgrades yet. So now we are re-entering the atmosphere. And now I can use my nifty little thingaroo to see where we're heading. This is where we're heading right now. I'm gonna actually go surface, because it's important where we're heading. Alright, so this is where we're going, and I'm gonna put myself sideways again. So this is really great. This is like a plug-in that you can do, which basically projects the nav ball into space. So you know exactly where you're going. Anyways, let us time accelerate. Hopefully we survive the landing. Because this is now we are significantly faster than we were previously. Butt clenching moment. Right now the problem is not so much the re-entry heat, it's just breaking down fast enough, man. Breaking down fast enough. If the craft that you have has too much mass, it will just fall through the clouds, man. But yeah, like moving your like increasing the angle of attack really helps you, I think, because we seem to be slowing down pretty well. Risky safe. All right, deploying the chute. Are looking good there. Ooh. Oh yes, the stage has been recovered. Success all around. Sweet, look at this. Nice. Awesome. So my mods are working as expected. And splashdown. I think I'm gonna use the remaining goo container to get more science and recover the vessel. Alright, so this seems going fine. We achieved the goal for this episode, which is going to space. Now on to some more amazing challenges. The next one is going to be reach orbit, and orbit is going to be actually a problem. There we go, orbit carbon. Oh, but now actually we have some other things. So we can, for example, we can put people on what we just did, the suborbital spaceflight, is now something we can do with tourists. We can also do some visual surveys. That's something that we need an airplane for. And I would actually really love to build an airplane for this. We can test a Thumper solid rocket fuel booster in flight. So we have to be already in flight and then we can use it. Ooh. There is an LV909 Terrier liquid fuel engine we can test. And this is great because once we do it, we will basically keep this thing around until you know, for a year or so. The only problem with that is I can only have like two of those contracts active at the same time. And the Terrier thing, if I do this, then I can only accept one other contract. But I hope this expires in 5 hours. Oh man, this is not good. Ooh, I kind of want to keep this. So there's a very obvious test here that we can do in parts testing, which is we have to test a decoupler landed at Kerbin. That's something we can do. And then there's another decoupler we can test. That's also something we can do. And then of course orbit Kerbin is the big goal in the future. So I'm thinking maybe setting up those tourist faring things, because we will have to do those eventually, and they're not too hard to do. So I'm thinking either doing like some of the tourist things or trying going for the orbit Kerbin. But first let us do the parts testing, and also we check out what we can unlock. So I can go with stability, and then maybe I can get aviation. How much is aviation? It doesn't say, but it's probably a 45 science thing. Which means if I pay 18 for this, I can get aviation, so we can do a plane. And you know what? I probably will just do this, because this will also unlock my favorite wing in the game, which is the Deluxe Delta Winglet. And that will allow us to do those re-entry procedures so much easier. Yeah, let's do that. So we research this guy. And we research this guy. All right, this is much easier now, because now we have planes, so we can do those surveys things. But something for another episode. First, let's do some part testing. Oops. So what kind of part testing do we have to do? I know people hate part testing, but sometimes it's fun. And if it's like a low-hanging fruit like this one, it's really easy. So I guess we're just gonna press. Shadow Kerman is doing. He's an engineer. He knows how to do testing. His first job is going to do just press one button. All right. And that's it. We did it, right? We did one contract though. Ah. Let's recover before this thing comes down on me. All right. So did this work now? Where are my contracts? What? It didn't work. What? To perform the test, activate the part through the staging sequence. Oh, I think I didn't activate it through the staging sequence. All right, got this. Let's try it again. No, we did it. Right, we did it. All right, cool. So sometimes there's like those fine prints and that's what sometimes makes those contracts really difficult. Man, I'm still bummed out that the first thing I did in this game was to kill Patty. All right, so we did those things. 7.8. All right, so until the end of the episode, I'm gonna do something that is super boring, but it has to be done. I'm sorry. It's also kind of dangerous. All right, let's do some more preparing. We're back. I wanted to do something. I wanted to start this unpaid research program because, again, I really need science. And I actually can do this. So yeah, I'm going to actually a program where undergrad researchers are given the opportunity to work in our great space program to boost the science earned out of each bit of data. The interns don't get paid, but the prestige of working with such a grand organization as ours, surely it's its own reward, isn't it? Yeah, so that's basically real life invading Kerbal Space Program, and we are going to do this because what it will do, it will give me, it will remove the reputation I get, which who needs reputation, but it will give me additional science. Speaking of science, I'm going to do something very boring now. Hopefully it won't crash now. All right, so I am going to build a plane that is not a plane. I'm going to build a rover. And I'm going to drive with this rover around the KSP, around the facility, and do a bunch of science. And that is all I'm going to do. I know this is not the most thrilling thing to watch people do. And I probably later on when I release this on YouTube, I'm going to fast forward this guy. But it gives you a lot of science that would be otherwise very difficult to collect, and I can unlock the interesting parts of the game quicker. This would actually work. I actually need some fuel. Let's get this guy on the way. I wonder what my funds are doing. Alright, so we're gonna get those. Oh man, we even have legs. I think we can do one of my patented designs of tourist hoppers, which is really great. We can start doing those tourist missions quickly. So look at this. I don't think this is a good idea. I think we're gonna need this. Wait a minute. There we go. We're gonna offset this a little bit. Ah, yeah. This looks good. So yeah, cheesy science rover. And who is predestined to do this kind of work? Of course, is going to be Xigar again. It's not glamorous work, Xigar, but someone has to do it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna thrust the limited thrust to 17% or something, because we're not going to be fast. So as you can tell, this is basically a plane without the wings. What can go wrong, right? And I can tell you, I lost Kerbals doing this. It seems, you know, ridiculous, but you can do mistakes. You can do so many mistakes in this game. All right, so I guess I don't have to do here anything. Oh yeah, I probably already did everything here. All right, so let us continue. So we're gonna watch out, and we shan't go faster than 10 meters per second. By the way, this is our runway, and again, this is going to be tricky too if you want to get into planes. All right, already some science in here. So let us hit the brakes and get out of here. What kind of science do we have? A crew report. Let's get the crew report. Material study. Keep the data and mystery group observation. So now I'm going to EVA. I'm gonna get the crew report. This is the cheaty part. This is the really cheaty part. I'm gonna get the crew report out of my capsule because I wouldn't be able to make a second crew report. And I'm gonna actually remove the data from the things. And because Xigar is a scientist, he can actually reset. Now he can reset the experiments. So I can repeat the experiments, and I have the data still in my hand. And I can actually now put the data, store the data in a capsule, and now I can redo all of the experiments I did before. Seems like cheating to me. And it's interesting because previously in this game, the reuse of experiments was something that you could do only with like a huge module. And I actually did like once put a rover on Eve and was roving Eve with this rover and like repeating the experiments in every biome and everything. But now you can just, all you need is a competent scientist like Zigar here. Oh no! Okay, so now I've fallen over, I cannot get up again. This is a problem now because I cannot actually get inside. There's actually no way for me to get inside, right? Or is it? Or is it? Zigar finds a way. Zigar finds a way. Come on, Zigar. You can do this. Come on, you can do this. Ah, yes. He found a way. Zigar is a fighter, I can tell. I can tell. Man, it's going to be so awesome when Zigar dies. And with awesome I mean it's going to be horrible, of course. Alright. So basically what happens here is there's at every single building of this facility here, there is a science experiment that can be done. Because every single building of this facility is a separate biome. So you can collect a lot of science just walking around here and collecting science. So yeah, nothing left on the launchpad, so I think we're done here. So yeah, this is it. This is the most boring part of the game. We're done, guys. We can recover this. Let's see how much science we got from all this. So we got 67.7 science from this alone. This was so worth it. So worth it. No XP from this, obviously, because it was just moving around here. But look, we can get some more stuff. We can get some of these guys here, which would be like the first probe, which is not bad, but I'm not sure about that. This would be cool to have like an inline thing, but I'm actually not interested in this so much as in this, where you get RCS. And the thing with probes is the probes alone are not really great, but once you get here, this is where it gets interesting, because you get a really good probe that actually has guidance, because this first probe, this Stay Putnik, doesn't have any guidance, so it's actually not usable very well. This one gets guidance, and you get the solar panels, which is also very important so for me, this is where the probes really begin, the probe bodies, which is the electrics, and that needs a total of 135 science to get up there. So meanwhile, we might actually get here, which is the Terrier engine that I really love, especially if you're doing something orbital stuff, and you get a fuel tank, which lets you get over the parts limit, or at least it gets lets you reduce the amount of parts. Yeah. So this, I guess, my next goal is going to get probes because especially if you get to electrics, you get some, that's the where the game really gets going. And I'm gonna see if I get then the Terrier engine through some kind of contract stuff, because for example, we still have the Terrier engine here. But yeah, let's see about that. All right, so this is going to be it for this episode. This was a bit of a longer episode because we did a lot of boring stuff. But on the next episode, we are going to build a plane and we're going to fly around with this plane. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be also very dangerous. I hope you will tune in next time. Fly safe, I guess.